Hi, I'm Chef Tomm. I'm a professional chef. I've trained all over the world. I've learned all kinds of culinary secrets, and now I'm going to teach them to you. You can find all these recipes at cheftomm.com. One of the best kept secrets in the culinary world is Chinese hand-pulled noodles. These hand-pulled noodles are something that's been eluding me for many years. It's a very difficult process. There's not too many people that do this in the United States or in the world. This is a really old school technique, but today I'm going to teach it to you. So now it's time to make noodles. There's three major parts of making these noodles. One is the dough making, two is the stretching, and three is the final application, whether it's going to be a stir fry or it's going to be a soup. You can find all these recipes at cheftomm.com. So now let's get started with the dough. Cake flour, all-purpose flour, baking soda, salt, sesame oil. Sesame oil is optional on this. Water. Now there's a couple ways you can do this dough. The way I found is the most effective way is using your KitchenAid. The reason I use the KitchenAid, it's very quick and efficient. If you do it by hand, it's probably take you 30-40 minutes, but doing the KitchenAid on speed 4 for about 12 minutes works out just fine. Now a couple things you have to remember when you're doing this. This is kind of not the application the KitchenAid was used for, so what you're going to want to do is when you get this started, you need to hold on to the bowl. If you don't hold on to the bowl, this can kind of jump out, so lift it up, get it started. Make sure you hold the bowl securely to the KitchenAid. If not, it'll start bouncing around. If it does bounce off, just shut it down and start again. Keep your fingers out of the bowl. Okay, now the dough is mixed for a couple minutes and we want to give it a test. So what you want to do is turn this off. Just give it a little pull. So you can see it's kind of stretching right now, but it's stopping right there. We want more of that. So back in the bowl and off we go. So you can see how the bowl is jumping around. That's where we're trying to hold it down. As a Western trained chef, this is kind of odd because we're mixing the dough for 14 minutes straight. So now the dough is almost ready. You can take a look at the bottom. See how it's beginning to get really on the stringy side, it'll pop back out. This is now the proper consistency for the dough. You can see how easy it stretches. So now step 1's complete. Now we begin the stretching process. So first off, you want to roll it out so you kind of have a nice even log. Initial pull, you pull it out, bring it together. Now when you have this down together, you notice that it's fatter here, it's thinner here. So you do your pull again, and now it's fatter here than here. So let's put this back together, and when you have it, you have a little bit fatter here, so when I start pulling, I'm going to start pulling here to make it more even than the other side. Again, pull it out until you have your even noodles. If they're a little bit off, don't worry about it, but one more time on this. Now, one of the techniques you want to use when you pull this out is you want to hook this. This is your hook. So what you want to do this, when you start pulling this, you want to take this down, you put this dough together, you want to have this thumb in between the two pieces of the dough and stretch like this. Again, bring it up and stretch it like this. Up together and stretch it like this. If they break, don't worry about it. We're just practicing now, so have a lot of fun with it. So again, initial pull. Bring the two sides together. The thumb will come down, stretch out again. You pull it back together. This hand holds the dough. And sometimes you can see people squeezing this shut, and that's okay. Again, this finger comes down the middle, stretches out, back together. So this side's getting really fat, that side's getting really thin. So when I come down here, I'm gonna start pulling right here. So it doesn't really stretch that side. This hand will go squeeze it together again, down the middle, off you go. Let me show you this one more time to make sure you get it. Okay, so I have my log. So you take your fingers, you want to pull this out. Once you have it pulled out, what you want to do is take the two ends, put them together. Here's your claw. Take your claw in the middle, stretch it out. Doing that again, you take these two together. Now you notice these guys are fat, don't worry about that. You put them together, just squeeze them. You take your claw, come down, you pull it again. Put it together again. Now this side's fat, this side's thin, so I'm gonna do is with my claw, I'm gonna start pulling right here, try to get these guys evened out. Now don't worry if it's fat right here, because I'll just squeeze up on this, and I'll be my hand. I use that again for my next batch. So again, I'm gonna put this together, put my thumb all the way down here, squeeze it out. And that's about as thin as you want to go with that, but that's a technique. It takes a lot of practice. Have fun with that. So this is my absolute favorite way to eat the Chinese hand-pulled noodles. What I have here is a little bit of garlic, ginger, as some blanched potatoes, some blanched carrots, some pork with a little five spice on it, onions, a spicy garlic sauce, and a little bit of oil. So let's get started. So you want to do is put a little bit of oil into your wok and add a little bit of the garlic and the ginger. And what you're looking for here is you want to get the oil aromatic. So when you can start smelling it, it's time to go to the next part. Whenever you use a wok or a saute, there's a thing called order of operation. What it is, whatever takes the longest, you cook first. So out of these things, what's taking the longest to cook is the pork. So I'm gonna drop the pork in first. So I'm looking for is the pork to have maybe a little sear on it or a little bit of color. So you don't want to see none of the red stuff showing anymore. Now I want to add my onions. My blanched potatoes, blanched carrots, and since these are pretty much already cooked, so it'll take a very short time to get those up and running. The onions are beginning to turn translucent now, so add the sauce. All right, this is all set. I'm gonna put it aside. I'm gonna make the noodles now. Remember, you have to pull the noodles fast. This is what it should look like. Some of my noodles are, again, pretty thin. Again, close where I wanna finish these guys. So to finish them, all I wanna do is stretch it out. You see how nice and thin they are? Grab it up here, drop it right in the boiling water. Now, once it's in the water, wait until they're done, they float to the top. That should take about 30 seconds to a minute, and you'll be all set. Once the noodles are cooked, you want to drop them back into the sauce. Pick the noodles up, drop them down on a plate. Let's put your sauce over the top of it. And that's my favorite way to do Chinese hand-pulled noodles. Enjoy it. There are many applications for these noodles. Let me show you how to make a soup. So getting started, what we have is our garlic. And what we want to do with the garlic is give it a quick crush. Just put your knife down on top of it and give it a little hit. Once you give it a little hit, you want to get rid of all the skin on top of this. So next we have is our ginger. Now the ginger is something I see a lot of people lose a lot of this, and the reason why I lose a lot of it is they take their knife and they just cut it all up. You want to take the back of the spoon and actually just put it on top of the skin of the ginger, and you see how quick and easy that comes right off. If you don't do it like this, you just lose a lot of the ginger in the process. If you use a standard peeler, you take too much of the ginger off. So now I'm going to take the ginger and give it a quick chop. I'll put these in little slices to get as much flavor out of these as possible. So now what we're going to do is we're going to cook these up a little bit. So a little bit of oil, sliced ginger, crushed garlic. What we want to do is saute these a little bit until they become very aromatic. Just take about 10-15 seconds. Once it's very aromatic, you want to add your chicken stock into this. Adding your green onions. Add salt. And you want to let this go for about 15-20 minutes until all flavors incorporate into the stock. You know, you can make these noodles all different kinds of sizes, shorter or thinner, fatter. One more pull and that's going to be it for me on this particular noodle. So I'm going to take this, cut it, drop it in the water. These noodles only take like a short period of time, so right now they're pretty much all set. So what I want to do is get my bowls up for service. Take these noodles up, put a little bit in each bowl. So now I'm going to put my Chinese chicken stock on top, make it into a nice soup. Little green onions. And that's it. So making these noodles, okay, now it looks really simple. I can't tell you how many hours I've actually put into this. Like I said, the first part, the dough took me many months to figure out, so that's gonna take you a little bit of time. Hand stretching noodles, that's gonna take you a lot of time. So, you know, if you don't get it on the first try, have no fear, keep trying. You will get it. And again, I use the soup application just because I'm sure the main thing you wanna learn today was how to pull the noodles. Any application can be done. My favorite way to have this is actually stir-fried. So try it out, enjoy, and happy cooking. All the recipes you see here can be found at cheftomm.com.